Who was a principal guest artist of the Royal Ballet from 2003 to 16? Carlos Val. Which Cornish product has protected designation of origin status in Europe? Cornish blotted cream, Cornish pasty, Cornish fudge. Which of these is a district in the London Borough of Richmond upon Thames? Ham, bacon, pork. Artist Henry de Toulouse-Lautrec was born in what European country? Which of these is term related to the movement of the oar in rowing? Ploughing, feathering, beaking. Which of these shapes has no straight side? Which of these is the type of... Which of these African countries is landlocked? Nigeria, Eswatini. Which of these insects does not have a sting? Earwig, wasp, bee. Which of these is... Which of these actors was born first? Dick Van Dyke, Lee Van Cleef. Which of these words is a double superlative? Best... On what sort of location is the Glastonbury Festival staged? Stately home, golf course, farm. Which of these people hold meetings in Chapter House? Physician. Which of these is type of... Which of these is nicknamed Dead Fly Pie, Manchester Tart, Eccles Cake, Babe... Which of these punctuation marks is a colon? Wouldn't Change a Thing was a hit for which Australian? Kylie Minogue. Which of these is an item of headwear often worn by brides? An eagle's nest is... Which of these is not mentioned in the Queen song, Bohemian Rhapsody, Thunderbolts, Lightning, Hailstones? Which of these is a fictional setting for G. Cooper's novels? Rutshire, Wessex, Borsetshire? What 1920s US phrase refers to homemade alcohol made in amateur conditions? B-day bourbon, bathtub gin, kitchen sink rum? In which country was the Bolshevik Party formed at the start of the 20th century? France, Ireland, Russia? The Born Free Foundation is an international charity in which field? Wildlife? In 2013, Chanel created a cluck bag costing over £5,000 that resemble what? Lego brick, Rubik's Cube, Scrabble tile. What was the subtitle of the Four Seasons song, December 1963? Oh what a sight, oh what a night, oh what... What slang term is used for an illicit payment to a football manager? Bing, bong, bung. The first full episode of what TV animation aired in the US on 17th of December 1989? Futurama, The Simpsons, Family Guy? What relation was Henry IV to Richard II, the man he deposed? Son, brother, cousin? In science, the name of what room is abbreviated to lab, kitchen, laboratory, lavatory? How many front teeth does the Disney character Goofy have? Which of these is a shade of brown? Apple, azure, auburn? Which of these Meryl Streep films is based on a novel? Which of these are you most likely to hear on Radio 5 Live? Pop music, classical music? What was the title of Chico's only UK novel? Which of these converts light energy into electrical energy? Turmeric is a member of what large family of plants? Nutmeg, garlic, ginger? Which of these was a US president in the 1860s? Which of these straits is off the south coast of England? The Minch, the Menai Strait? Which of these was a hit for Coldplay? Blue, yellow, red? Which of these animals lives in a fawn, squirrel, hare, badger? Francis Ford Coppola is famous for which of these? What would a medieval reenactor do with the German? Which of these songs comes from the Disney movie, Frozen? Which of these Disney films is set in France? Which of these animals lives within a pride? Giraffe? Which Scottish multimillionaire is Donald Duck's uncle? Which of these is Test cricket ground in Surrey? The Oval. Katie White and Jules DeMartino make up what musical duo? What type of clothing is a tam o' shanter? Belt, cap, waistcoat. Where do puffins make their nests? On water. A loss adjuster works in what type of business? What was Celine Dion's first UK number 1? Who was Prime Minister at the time of the Falklands War? Why are hangry people bad-tempered? Why hang? In the beer trade, how many pints are there in a firkin? Hydropower, solar and wind are renewable sources of what? What colour were the first Levi's jeans? Les Six was a group of composers from what country? Who received an Oscar nomination for playing Hercule Poirot? Who received an Oscar nomination for playing Hercule Poirot? David Suchet, Albert Finney, Peter. What are coffee dregs called? Red roe and fallow are types of which creature? Where would you be most likely to see and use a foam roller? Room on the Third Floor was the debut album of which band? What ancient form of English is also called Anglo-Saxon? Equal to 100 luma, what is the currency of Armenia? Equal to 100 luma, what is the currency of Armenia? Lari, dram, kina. What does the northern dialect word, mither, mean? What does the northern dialect word, mither, mean? To pester, to propose, to promise. What city in Morocco is called Red or Rose City? What city in Morocco is called Red or Rose City? Tangier, Casablanca, Marrakesh. In sumo wrestling, what does the referee wear? Which pop star had a pet capuchin monkey called Mally? Which pop star had a pet capuchin monkey called Mally? Justin Bieber, Elton John, According to the hit by The Temptations, what was the path? Mobius loop is a symbol for what? The shamrock gets its name from Gaelic for what plant? What sort of books did Barbara Cartland write? What name is given to music that merges two or more songs? What name is given to music that merges two or more songs? Crash up, mash up, thrash up. The capture of which city prompted the Eliminate the 8 salad and tithe? Used in cooking, black cumin seeds have what other name?